Hello, my friends, Evolutionary Energy Arts family guys. So you're looking at the summit. That's the peak of Mount Shasta. And I'll be curious to see if you guys see any UFO activity, any orbs, anything like that. It turned out to be a beautiful day. Started out a little bit gray, but it has cleared up. A little leftover chemtrail haze. So we talked about Telos and we talked about Adama. And Cindy is here with me as well.
Hi, you guys.
The other thing that's a big legend here, besides UFOs and Bigfoot, is Saint Germain. And for those of you who don't know about Saint Germain, really a fascinating character, completely fascinating. It's hard to separate the myths and the legends from what was the reality. He did exist, in the 1700s. He was very influential in the high society, European high society. He was known as the Count de Saint Germain, and he mingled with the aristocracy and offered his advice. He was thought to be one of the greatest philosophers of all time. A lot of really curious things about him. One of them is that, from accounts, people always said he just didn't age, and he would appear and disappear and be gone, perhaps on adventures all around the world, as he was definitely somebody that traveled a lot, got around, and was very influential as well. But he would disappear for years, come back, never seemed to age. And there was an account of one lady who knew him and I guess had a little bit of a fling with him, as he was known to be, definitely one with the ladies and have a way about him. Back when she was like in her 20s, and when she saw him, she was like in her 60s or almost 70s. And she's like, how can this be? How can you really be Saint Germain? She thought it was maybe his son or something, but it was him. And so he was also never seen to eat. He would take in liquids. In fact, there's a liqueur actually called Saint Germain. But he never really was seen eating as well. So there's legends that he's actually an immortal or an ascended master. And so Guy Ballard, who was known by the pen name Godfrey Ray King, was here on Mount Shasta, and he was hiking, and he said that he met Saint Germain, and Saint Germain gave him a drink. As he was going to go get a drink from a spring, a young man came up to him and said, "Let me give you something that's much more satisfying to drink." And so he gave him this liquid that was unusual, and it made every cell in his body tingle. He felt like vivified by the life force. So, was this like soma? Was this like the nectar of the gods that he was given? Well, he went on to write many books under the name Godfrey Ray King and started the whole I Am movement. And basically, that movement is all about, it's about the Godhead within us. The I Am is that spark of source that lies within all of us, and we can basically become like ascended masters when we realize that, when we realize exactly who we are and the power that we have to manifest. And it's all about emotions, manifesting through emotion and realizing the power of emotion. And you were reading that today.
I was reading that today, and that makes me really curious about our emotions. And I, I believe I'm going through something right now where I have these really strong emotions, and they feel like bliss. And it talks about when you think of things with certain emotions, how quickly they can manifest, and to be very careful of your thoughts and your desires, because depending on what kind of light that's cast in, that's what's going to appear, and you need to be pure of heart and a lot of things. And I just thought that was really curious. Um, the emotions that I'm having now, I don't know quite what to do with them because they started yesterday when we were meditating, and it just hasn't stopped. And I mean, it feels really good. I'm not complaining. It's just a little, yeah, I am complaining. It's a little overwhelming. But it's beautiful at the same time. So that got me thinking, what can I do with this feeling that I have in my heart chakra, my solar plexus? What do I do with it? What can I do with it to make things of the most highest good for me? What can I do with that?
Right. Well, with you, everything for you changed when you went to Monument Valley.
It did. It's like a soul parade happened, or a walk-in happened, because when I got back, my blood pressure skyrocketed. I went through all kinds of weird health problems. I kind of lost a lot of memory. I forgot a lot of things. Just recently, I've been able to hold on to a little bit of literature. When I read, I can hold on to that and remember and spit back out what it said. So I'm thinking here, these energies, something else is happening too, and it's just curious to see, because it starts to absorb, and then I guess it takes some time to finish entering into one's energy field. It's just all really curious what's happening here right now.
Well, these sacred places can trigger that. And so with, Guy Ballard, it triggered a complete life change for him. Many of you might know Peter Mount Shasta. He had an encounter with Saint Germain as well, here on Mount Shasta, and very kind of similar type of feel to it. And so, of course, we talked about Dhamma and Telos as well. These places, maybe they are actual chakra points for Gaia, for Mother Earth. And so, if you're stepping into this massive energy vortex, then most definitely you could be bathed in tremendous amounts of energy, and it could be a complete life-changing event. And this is exactly what happened for Guy Ballard and for also Peter Mount Shasta. And then it started for Cindy when she went to Monument Valley, which is basically in the Four Corners area as a sacred place as well. So, more myths and legends of Mount Shasta, more life-changing events, and most definitely there is a beautiful energy here. And there are definitely what feels to be multidimensional beings and vortices of energy here. And, same sort of thing as we found in Sedona, but Sedona to me felt more crown chakra, where this feels more heart chakra. So I just wanted to share that with you guys. Anything else you wanted to share?
I just really, whatever this frequency is, I'm putting off. It feels very healing, and I want you guys to know that I'm sending this out to each and every one of you, and I do love you all very much. And I'm sending you my love, light, love energy, and I appreciate every single one of you.
So, my friends, as always, like, share, subscribe. Thank you for being part of this family. God bless and namaste.
Namaste.
Sorry.